So when we had the Voices of Change, one of my favorite things that you said to somebody, it was like the message to an artist was that if you're going through something and you're trying to like write the opposite of it, like if you're sad, but you're trying to write a happy song, it's just not going to work. And that was so profound to me. And so like my first question to you is like, what emotion is commonly reflected in your music?
Well, like being like a Libra, like just like want to say Libra gang, like
Libra gang, Libra gang.
so like being a Libra, like I feel like I tend to like fall in love with like people really quickly. A lot of the time, like my songs like are about like my experiences like with girls, you know, and like women of color, you know what I mean? You know, usually like I'm in a loving state, you know what I mean? It's just like I truly do like fall in love with, you know, every person that well not right now because you know also like I'm loyal. But yeah, like usually, you know, it's you know, my songs are very much about love, you know, like Sunshine on a Tuesday. It's like it's you really feel that warmth, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you're just walking, you know, one day and you're just like, wow, like it's really, it's like shiny out here, like, and you just bop into it and you're just like, yes, it is a sunshine on a Tuesday, even though it's Friday, but like it still feel good, you know what I mean? So most of my songs are like that, you know, really lovey-dovey, but they're real though. All my songs are true events, and you never know, you might be the one in the crowd who I wrote it for. So just know you out there, boo. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It really helps me with engaging with my audience.
Awesome. Thank you.
Love that. Shows
So
that
you're
you're a big heart.
right. Hi, Key. So you're a Libra. I love that. We are all about love. And even just like, I guess taking it like a little bit further with that same question, what song, like, was it like a specific song? Like when you realize like, yo, like this song is like not going to come out right. Like it's not going to come out authentic. Like if I don't write about it. And if there was like that song, like what song was it?
So one of the songs that I actually wrote or like attempted writing several times, like when like I was having kind of like my, I guess like Picasso blue stage, actually was Sunshine on a Tuesday. Cause it's like I was, you know, the song was called Sunshine on a Monday. And I was like really just like struggling because this was like during a time where like I really wasn't writing at the time, you know, like my mom passed and I was just like, I want to create something that'll make me smile. And I thought that by doing so, you know, it would make me feel better and it would make other people around me not so much feel bad for me if they see that, you know, I'm performing this song and I'm healing. But it's like I got to a point where I realized that you can't keep trying to push an agenda and push for something that doesn't want to be at the moment. And it's like I know that I will write millions of songs and probably not finish them, but one day I will come back to them and they'll be for good use. I actually ended up dropping everything, stopping that song, and then that's when I actually did my other song on my EP that a lot of people kind of like were texting me and were like, are you okay? Like it made me cry, was Everything That I Am. And it's like that song truly reflected like what I wanted, you know, what I was feeling and what was going on, you know, with me and the conflicts that I was not only having, you know, internally but externally. So it's like that song really kind of helped me like harness my emotions and really make like it really helped me understand what I was really feeling. So it really took me like a journey, a mountain, you know, a river, like going down all these roads, you know, to really finally come out and be like, you know, this is my music and this is what y'all are gonna hear. But yeah, like that was the songs. Like they were Sunshine on a Tuesday, it was Sunshine on a Monday. Like
I love that when you can just be vulnerable with your music and just like that self growth in the process of like writing and performing. That honestly just shows character and it builds character too. So shout out to you for recognizing that through your journey of being an artist.
I think that authenticity is like, that's like the main thing that makes you an artist, is like when you are vulnerable in your art. I wanted to know, like, was that the moment that you did like start to identify as being an artist?
actually, yeah, because it's like for a while my identity was just a performer. And it's like I didn't realize until like, you know, I started creating for me necessarily, you know, that I wasn't doing it for me, that I was just necessarily trying to keep up, you know, to this agenda that everybody's kind of like, oh, you know, you're getting better and better. Now you have to start like creating, you know, you got to keep up with your audience. With that, I started trying to incorporate those ideas, and it just kind of wasn't meshing with me because I was trying to accommodate with my audiences instead of with myself and what I was feeling. And it's like in that moment in time, I kind of just had to make a decision of whether or not I wanted to stay a performer or if I really wanted to be an artist, you know, because it's like if I just want to be a performer, then I can just sell my soul, go to Las Vegas and do some cheap venues for the rest of my life until I'm like 50. Or I can, you know, grow healthily and like really create the art that will leave my, not only my legacy to, you know, the generations that go on, but it'll leave something for anybody else who has the same life experiences that, you know, I had, you know, and it'll help it'll be a roadmap for them, hopefully.
Dude, like that is so amazing. It's like you already hit it like on the nail so many times. Like there's like a difference between entertainers and artists, and clearly like you're an artist. You're like, no, like I'm doing this for me. Like how long have you actually been writing?
I've actually been writing since I can remember. I remember I wrote a song about like ice cream when I was like 8. Ice cream, like I remember it went like that. Like I think like I got the melody from like, I don't know, Demi Lovato, Camp Rock or something. Like I just think I was really in the vibe. Like and, and like, you know, after that I'm thinking, wow, they're writing all these hits, so I can do that too. And it's like ever since then, it's like I've always written, you know, like a little like melody or something. I hear it in my mind and I'm like, okay, I like this. Like I like this. I'm gonna go with it. And then sometimes like I'll write something and I'll be like, okay, I gotta come back to it because I ain't feeling it right now. But like really, like it really took a lot of practice because, you know, like now people are like, oh, what's your writing process? You know, do you have to like sit there and like chew on a pencil for like 10 days and then you get an idea? And I'm just like, if you're a human being and you have feelings, you can write about anything, absolutely anything. Now, is everything content that you can share that people will like? Probably not, but it's for you. It's by you. You just have to sit there and feel, because what you're feeling is what you're writing in your head. Your thoughts are like our song, you know. It's just as simple as finding words that come together that really express how you're feeling is, you know, how it's going to come together.
You were talking about like fine-tuning like a guitar at like a young age. So like did you already have like artists that were like in your family, like your parents? Did they play music? Did they sing? Did they write?
The funny thing is that the only person in my family that I know of that played an instrument was my grandmother, who passed, and she played the violin when she was in high school. But I didn't find that out until I was 12. So by that time, I had already like self-taught, you know, guitar, piano, and it's like it's anything that my grandparents would like let me get my hands on. Then I started, you know, going into more. I learned how to play the drums when I was doing like jazz band and just playing around with my friends. My very first instrument, my mom got me this pink guitar. I think I still have it to this day. I just took off the strings and everything so I wouldn't be injured, but I still have it to this day. It's like this small, and like it was my very first guitar, and that was the guitar that like I like was just fine tuning to my ear, you know, playing songs, you know, and I'm just learning how to like hold my fingers to the keys, building up my calluses. I didn't even know that I was doing that. I was like, ow, this hurts, but it's like I want to sing songs, so I just kind of ignore it, you know, like not knowing that I'm building up strength or whatever. Like I was like, I'm just going money crazy. Even from a young age, it's like my mom, like she looked over and I was just humming songs, singing songs. By the time I'm 6, I'm over here belting out Keisha Cole like I'm hurt. And like my mom was like, okay. And it's like even then, like, and like she was teaching me how to sing because it's like she had a very beautiful voice, you know, she was a smoker. But it's like she still had like a very beautiful voice, you know, it was that nice raspiness that really gave her that tone. And then I remember like I wanted to perform for the first time at this community center, the Rob, in North Sac. And she she took me up there, and like it was time for me to sing. I was gonna sing No One by Alicia Keys. And I was like so scared, and I was just like, I can't do it. Like I was like, I started crying. Like my mom was like, she's like, all this practice. But it's like even from a young age, it's kind of like my family has known that like I'm very, when it comes to music, it's like I have a better relationship with music than I do with anything else, you know, in my social, mental, physical atmosphere.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, it's really motivating and inspiring to see like your dedication for music at a young age, the fact that you're self-taught. My next question is for like a young up and coming artist, somebody who's like the 8-year-old you, like what is advice that you would give to your 8-year-old self, or advice that you would give to a young artist coming up?
I would definitely say pursue what your art is. I definitely had a lot of adults growing up, you know, telling me that, you know, it's cute that you want to do music, you know, you can do something with that, but what are you going to do in the meantime? I was young, like I was like 10, like being told this. And it's like I was still dreaming, you know what I mean? When a child like that is still dreaming, you don't want to turn that dream into a nightmare. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that motivates us as humans. It's what we strive to become, and it's what we strive to want to be that really pushes us. It's what creates success. Like, you know what I mean? It's what keeps the wheels turning. You know what I mean? It's what keeps the world turning. And it's like, I would just tell 10-year-old me or any 10-year-old, like, you keep dreaming, and, you know, don't let anybody scare you with facts about a life that is honestly driven by capitalism, that doesn't want to support your dreams. But it's possible. It's possible. Don't let a capitalist agenda, you know, destroy your dreams, babies. Just don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the trap.
I love you so much. And sidebar, like that reminds me of like a quote that like I learned when I was younger, which was, if your dreams don't scare you, then like you're not dreaming big enough. And you're clearly a really big dreamer, and you've gone and like you've got it, and you're still like running after for more, which I love. And so my next question, which is kind of hard to ask, but in like a perfect world, like where everybody like understands like your art, what's the message that you really want like everybody to know, like when they come across like your sound and like your art?
The message, I think, I've been asked this question like many times, and it's like every time, the answer is different. And I think that's because music is very fluid. You know, it's beyond the binary of anything and everything. And I really truly feel like that's like the message that I think I want my music to hit, is that it's not like anything that you'll hear ever. Because, you know, I'm especially creating for me, you know, the message is that, you know, nothing is the same, everything is different. You know, when it comes to life, when it comes to time, when it comes to space, when it comes to even the way your bed is made, something is going to be different. And, you know, it's meant to be different, and it's okay to be different. I think especially in this day and age, and especially in the past, you know, the binary has been the thing. And it's like, being a non-binary individual myself, I always want to resonate that in my genders, you know, like in my like in my songs. You know, I try not to be like, oh, girl, you know what I mean? Like, even though like that's my preference, you know what I mean? Like, even sometimes like I won't even like include that in my songs. You'll never know, like, hey, is it a man or is it a woman? And it's like, it's for neither. It's for people. It's for human beings, because at the end of the day, that's all we are. Shed the skin, shed the genitalia. That's who we are. We're individuals with souls, with minds, and that's how I feel like we should start looking at it. That's what it is. My music is non-binary, and that's what it's representing.
I literally got chills like
Right.
as you're talking. Like that felt so good to hear. Like there isn't like enough representation of non-binary artists out there. And the fact that you're like doing this not just for us, but you're doing this like for like everyone is beautiful. I want to hug you right
Thank you
now.
for having me, like virtual hug. Let me just.
Thank you for doing this and having such thoughtful answers. Like, shout out to you for being on here and taking the time out your day to be with us.
No, thank you for giving me like the platform. Thank you for giving me like the time and like really like thank you for asking me questions that necessarily didn't really like attack didn't attack me. You know what I mean? Doing interviews, like it's kind of like I get that. It's kind of like, oh well, who is this in this song? You know what I mean? Like. So it's like, just thank you. I thank y'all for being just as transparent with me as I was with y'all. Like y'all are just as real, and that's really something. Like it's like it's not every day that you come across people like that in this day and age. So it's like y'all are real.
Thank you. Right. We hope to see you on May 22nd for our next virtual Voices of Change.
Yes, I will be there performing a new song, never heard before, just for y'all.
Oh, okay. Premiere. Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Well, thank you again for all your time. I do know we have another meeting at 3 that we gotta be on. I wish we could talk to you all day, for real, for real. Thank you again. I love all
right, thank you guys.
Too. Bye. Take care.
Bye.